All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Stovetop Chat. Today we're going to be cooking, let's see, we're cooking jerk chicken with a Jamaican rice and peas, along with fried plantains. I decided I'd start sitting here because usually when I'm doing this, I'm like running around the whole kitchen and getting things as I go. And one of the things I want to practice more is mise en place, which is a French culinary term, which is a French term that is used in the culinary industry, and it means everything in its place. So, which means trying to be more prepared for it. Now, I've already messed that up because in my cleaning and getting everything ready for this today, I have forgotten to soak the beans or even boil the beans earlier and have those just straight up ready. So that is actually the first thing we are going to do today before getting anything um, anything done. So that is our main priority today, and I am pulling up the recipes now. That one and this one. Let's see, sorry, you guys can't see this, but I'm just looking up the recipes that I am using for everything. Let's see, we need 1 cup of dried kidney beans. Okay. So, basically, what we're going to do here is it's called a hot soak. So, generally, what you do with um, or a quick soak. So, what this is instead of soaking the beans overnight and letting it slowly absorb the water, you are boiling the beans um, and then you remove it from the heat, and then you are letting it sit for about an hour so those beans have time to actually soak in that water. So that is what we are going to do now, and then we will focus on everything else for mise en place. Today should be fairly easy because I have done some prep work. I've already got the chicken marinating and everything. It's been marinating since early this morning in a vacuum sealed bag. So usually I'd prefer to do it overnight, but I had food poisoning last night, so from something I made for breakfast. It wasn't bad food poisoning, but it was my tummy was hurting. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna get those beans going now because we don't want to make the goal today is to not make my wife wait forever for dinner. And I hope that I have done this early enough that we shouldn't face those issues. Now, the dawning of the definitely needs cleaning apron. I should get more aprons. Maybe that's gonna be my big Christmas present this year. I think it's a nice apron or two. So yeah, let's go ahead and grab a pot that we can cook those kidney beans in. We don't need a huge pot, nor do we want one. So, and if you want to boil water quickly, we're actually not gonna do the kettle method today because I want these beans to be soaking for as long as possible. So we're going to grab the kidney beans. Once again, we will be practicing these on plus. And next time, I hope to have it all done before the stream even starts. But I kind of want to show you how at least I would go about trying to do it. But first, we're going to do this because this is the only like kind of slightly time sensitive thing we're going to have because the entire rice dish depends on it. So we need to get this done as soon as possible. Let's see. Let's grab. Not sure if it's. Oops. We'll get to that stuff in just a second. Use my trusty old cup here. All right. Let's see. Let's pull up. Tube Studio. All right. All right, there we go. We got everything we need here. All right, we got a nice cup of beans there. And let's see if it says anything else. Cover beans with water, bring to boil. Boil for 3 minutes. Remove from heat and let soak for an hour. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna go ahead and get some water in this. I don't think it really matters how much, as long as the beans are covered. I want to make sure there's enough water and enough water to retain enough heat for the time being. So that might be too much there. Okay. So I've got about a knuckles width of water above the beans, and we're just going to crank this up here. I could use the smaller burner, but I really want this to go as fast as possible. So the beans have now started their soak. Doesn't say anything about salt or anything, so I'm not going to worry about that. Let's look this up. Should you? Okay, so it can help with the, according to the website, is that it can help with texture and everything. So we're actually going to add some salt to the water here. Mason jar I won't need right there. We're just going to add a good handful of salt here. Not a ton, maybe a little more. These are going to be soaking for a bit in this water. And I don't want to risk it being too salty. I just want to introduce some salt to it, so that way it's not gonna, might help a little bit. Yeah, I think that's good. I'll quickly clean the spoon off. We're gonna let those kidney beans cook. Bring this to a boil. Now we can work on, while that's going, we can actually work on getting the mise en place for everything. So if we have time, I will show you the marinade that I made for the jerk chicken. If not, then I'm just gonna tell you. All right. So our ingredients list for the Jamaican rice, which we do have time to like separate this stuff out. All right. We're going to start with one small onion. And that onion needs to be finely chopped. And this is a pretty darn small onion. I think we're really just going for the flavor here, so I might actually do this smaller onion. I have a bit of onion powder if I need to use that for any extra onion flavor. All right, I'm pretty sure we're going to need some garlic, so some garlic that I used this morning. We're going to use this garlic. So we've got some garlic here. We need 3 cloves. Let's just grab 3 cloves from here. All right, that's that. We need, now this calls for 5 allspice berries because sometimes you can get them whole. I could not find allspice berries, so we are just going to use ground allspice. So we've got that here, and we will portion all that out soon. Then we need 5 sprigs of thyme. Grab that. See, where I need mise en place the most is definitely in here in the fridge. All right, we got our thyme here. I'm actually going to go ahead and get the chicken out and start bringing that to room temperature in the bag. Let it still marinate in there, but it's at least going to be room temperature. I think we're going to have plenty of time for everything we need. Now, I have made this dish before. It turned out pretty well. I made a curry chicken instead of. I really wish I could get rid of this delay. Not sure if I'll be able to. Yeah. Anyway. What was I talking about? I have made this dish before. And the last time I burnt the rice because the coconut milk, I let it get too hot. And it turned out still okay. It was definitely edible. My wife really liked it. It added kind of like a little bit of a char, almost like the little bit of that charred marshmallow, but it was a little much for me for most of it. So I'm gonna try to avoid that this time. Oh yeah, we're bringing this to a boil real fast. Those beans look wrinkly. You know, anyway, we're gonna see how the salt stuff goes there. But yeah, I cooked the coconut milk too high and too fast, so it burnt. It wasn't too bad, but I'm gonna really try to focus on controlling the heat here. And if you were here last week, then you saw me burn the living crap out of the carnitas. And I did learn from that. I know what I did wrong. So I had a recipe that was telling me to basically hard boil the carnitas for like 90 minutes. But I had already started, I had decided to sear them. And then I still decided to follow up and like boil them again in the oil. And I think if I had just kept it low and slow after searing them, they would have turned out fine. So there you go. If you're doing a new recipe, and it's good to either to just follow the recipe straight up, because if I had done that, then they probably would have turned out fine then as well. I think we're getting a boil here, and we need to boil them for 3 minutes. So we're going to set a timer here for 3 minutes, and we're going to let that boil. And then once it's there, we're going to remove it from the heat, and then we're going to let them soak for an hour. So we'll set a timer for that, and we should be doing pretty well with our time at that point. So yeah, I'm gonna try and make this again. I'm gonna pay a little bit more attention to the heat that I'm going with rice. Hopefully, I'll have the rice just completely done and just kind of staying warm by the time I get to cooking the chicken. So with that being said, let's keep looking at the recipe and seeing everything that we need. It calls for 1 Scotch bonnet pepper. I couldn't get a Scotch bonnet pepper. I need to start finding online sources for things, but lucky for me, we're gonna need that too. We're gonna need that too. Lucky for me, we have plenty of habanero peppers, which is a fine substitute. I think Scotch bonnets are supposed to be a little spicier and stuff, a little more sweet as well. Whereas habanero will give you kind of more of a smoky flavor. But we're gonna need that. We're gonna need ginger. I'm gonna remove everything from the bag. We're gonna need some ginger here. We're gonna need parsley. Oh, dude, older than the other. Surprised this parsley has stayed so good so long. Oh, no. Okay. Get rid of that parsley. It's mostly fine. Maybe try drying this parsley. Let's do that. We're going to dry that parsley. Use a different day. But we'll use the fresh parsley I got. Ooh, damn. All right. We'll use the fresh parsley. We've got the ginger. We've got the Scotch bonnet pepper. I'm actually going to keep the Scotch bonnet pepper wrapped up for now because I don't want anything happening to it. I don't want it getting smushed. So I'm actually going to put this over here for now, just so it's out of the way. We're going to need the ginger. We're going to need salt. We've got plenty of salt. We've got black pepper right here. We're going to need our coconut milk and long grain rice. Let's tend to this real quick. Got timer off. That's been boiling 3 minutes. I'm going to turn the heat off. And we're just going to pull it off the heat. And we're just going to let this soak for an hour. And hopefully when we test this in an hour, then we are going to be kind of in business for the beans being done. So have our finger crossed there. So I'm kind of trying to do all this now so we don't have to do it later. And now I need to find the rice that I bought this weekend. Alright, there's our long grain rice. And our sure only need 1 can. Let's see. How much coconut milk do we need? 1 13.5 ounce can, 1 13.5 fluid ounce can. right there. So that's already portioned for us. We've got our rice here. Now we can start portioning things. I guess I'll do the dry stuff first. We can just get our dishes out that we'll need. Need 2 cups of long grain rice. Get some of our handy dandy glass dishes out that can contain a lot of our portionings. And that can contain 2 cups of rice. We've got that right here. Open up our rice. Get our video back up here. I have a friend talking about wanting a Tesla Model 3. All right. Open this up here. It is. Wow. If one part of this is open properly, then I can get into it, but I'm not sure it is. So I'm going to grab the scissors real quick and close this for now. Get back into it later. There we go. All right, and now we need 2 cups. 16 ounces. Now, about a scale, and I really could be using it to be like nice and precise, but I don't think it needs to be perfectly exact. No, I don't know how much I'm gonna need this for other than this, so I'm just gonna, yeah, I don't think I need that measuring cup for anything else, so that'll just be where I hold that rice. Let's see. We need. Now we got the Scotch bonnet pepper. We're gonna keep that whole. Have to figure out the allspice berries thing in a second. Kosher salt done. Grated fresh ginger. Half a teaspoon of black pepper. I really think I can probably keep all of this in one spot as long as I know when I'm putting everything in. Okay. Stir in the onions, scallions, garlic, allspice, thyme, bonnet, ginger, salt, and pepper. Then do that. We'll do the coconut milk. Cover and simmer until the beans are tender. Oh, are you supposed to do dried beans in this? I don't think so. There's no way. The rice. Okay, so the only thing I need to add separately is the coconut milk. Bring to a simmer, and I think, yeah. Okay, so I can pretty much put everything in one bowl, and it's gonna be fine. Maybe I'll try to keep the dry ingredients and the wet ingredients separate. But oh, and I need green onions as well. Yep, 2 scallions. So we can grab those. I've got them sitting over here. Water in the sun. All right. Use a knife, friend. Okay. Pat these dry with the towel here. Set these to the side for now. We can set this rice over here to the side. We've got that prepped. Clean up our space a bit. Alrighty, so we can probably fit all the wet ingredients in here. All the dry ingredients in here. And the rest of this can go back up. I needed parsley for some of this, but I actually don't think I do. So we can actually put the parsley away. I will use this in a different dish. Put the parsley away. Good. That clears our space up quite a bit. All right. And now we can grab our half a teaspoon of black pepper. This is my drying towel, promise. Grab our half teaspoon black pepper. I gotta get more black pepper. There. It's also gonna call for kosher salt. 2 teaspoons of kosher salt plus more to taste. We'll start with our teaspoons here. Let's go ahead and grab our salt. 1, 2 kind of heaping teaspoons kosher salt. And that's our dry ingredients right there. So that's all we need for that. And then maybe later we'll do the jerk chicken marinade. And I can just save it for another time. Now it's time to handle the allspice. Spice equals 1 whole allspice. 1 teaspoon of whole allspice is roughly equivalent to 3/4 teaspoons of ground allspice. So that's not helpful. 6 whole allspice berries is the equivalent of 1/4 to half a teaspoon of ground allspice. Okay. So this calls for how many allspice berries? 5 allspice berries. So we'll do about 1/4 teaspoon of allspice. I might have used too much allspice in. Anyway, so we'll do about 1/4 teaspoon of this ground allspice. Might have a further teaspoon in here. If I don't, there it is. I think that'll be plenty. Might have put way too much allspice in the jerk chicken. I realized that it was calling for whole allspice ground, like coarsely ground yourself. So, see if I read that right real quick. 1 teaspoon of whole allspice is roughly equivalent to 3/4 a teaspoon of ground allspice. So yeah, I think I use a little too much allspice. I don't think it's going to be horrible. I think it just might be kind of allspicey. All right, well that handles our dry ingredients, so we can rinse these. Get them cleaned out real quick. And drying, so we're not creating extra dishes, because even those are extra dishes. And now we can get out our cutting board. We can wet ourselves a paper towel. Don't worry, I'm not putting that on the burner that was hot. All right. And we can go ahead and grab our knife and cut up our onions, and we can work on our ginger and everything. That is base. All right, this is going to be a weird one to cut. This one says pretty finely chopped, so I guess by that they mean a really nice dice. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to finely dice our onion. Sometimes this is hard, sometimes this is easy. Peel this. Sorry, the skin of this onion is just really sticking to it. All right, there we go. Of course, I just dropped a bunch of that on the ground instead of in the trash can, but whatever. So we're just gonna make kind of. Ooh, careful. All right. Let's give you a nice review of this. All right, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna make really fine slices along the thing lengthwise, so that way we can get our nice fine chops. I would have liked a little bit better. We can try to like squeeze some more slices into some of these. Just if you have some bigger ones, you can try to go, careful, in between them if you got a nice sharp enough knife. And then we're going to run our knife along the middle of it just to give ourselves that little bit of extra slicing so we don't have too long of bits. And then we're just going to make nice small cuts along perpendicular to the slices we just made, and you're going to get nice, finely chopped onions. Getting a nice fine dice. This might be the smallest dice I've done. That one was. All right. And there we go here. That's some nice, finely chopped onions right there. Really nice small dice. I think that's what we want. Because we don't want it to be like, I guess you don't want too much of the texture of the onions. You want it to kind of disappear into the dish. Didn't really cut this onion right, I'm going to be honest. I kind of left, did not cut it right down the middle like I wanted to. I'm not even sure if doing this part is necessary for this small of an onion, but it's fine. All right. One thing I've been really trying to practice is just the discipline of the claw method and just trying to keep the knife and my knuckles aligned. So that way you don't risk cutting yourself. Because that would definitely be bad. All right, cool. We got our onion cut here, and we can go ahead and grab our bench scraper, which I believe I just washed. Oh no, I put it away. Grab our bench scraper. We can put our onions right in here. Surprised it doesn't call for. Actually, I'm not surprised. I tend to like saute my onions before everything, but I'm not sure if that's really the right thing to do. Might be a very unnecessary step for something like this. So for once, I'm not doing that. Almost kind of nice. Hi, Mason. What's up? Hey, Dreadlock. Welcome back, man. I am making. Here, let's bring this up here. Um, I am. I am making. um, I'm making jerk chicken, so I've got that marinating right here. Jerk chicken drumsticks along with, well, I really should have done this in one pot. Anyway, along with Jamaican rice and beans with some fried plantains. So that's what I'm doing here. But yeah, how's it going, guys? You guys having a good day? Glad it's Friday. All right, now I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to bring this back here. All right, there we go. We're gonna skin off the garlic here. It's nice having this trash can right here. I don't have to worry about having like a bowl or something for all this trash taking up counter space. We're crushing the garlic here. We're just kind of getting our ingredients prepped right now. I've got the beans hot soaking. So if you weren't here for that, so basically I chose not to soak the beans overnight because I've done this method before and it works great. One day we'll try actually soaking them overnight. I wasn't feeling the best yesterday, so feeling better now. And so I basically boiled the beans in water for about 3 minutes, and now I am letting them sit in that hot water for about an hour. And then I can go ahead and start actually making the Jamaican rice. I believe we're just gonna find the chocolate ginger. I might even mince it. All right. So just to make this easier, we're just going to cut the ends off now. There we go. And now we can just cut the garlic to our delight. I'm kind of just doing really small slices right now. And then I'm just going to chop it all up together at the end. Right. You know, I don't like that. I kind of just like the rocking motion for the garlic. Maybe one day I'll get more comfortable with like the real chopping motion, but for now I'm just trying not to cut myself and to do this somewhat efficiently. All right, got that nice and sliced. And now we can just kind of go back and forth with it on the knife and get this chopped finely. You can tell when I'm using, I can tell when I'm using fresh garlic versus garlic that I've had sitting on my counter for a bit, because this stuff is much stronger. It's much better. Really need to be better about using garlic when I buy it. We're just going to the store more often, getting the fresh garlic, because there's not much better than it, to be honest. I don't know if I need to necessarily mince it, but I am trying to get it pretty finely chopped. So yeah, dreadlock last week. Those carnitas, I ended up having to throw them away. They were terrible. Like the flavor was fine, but they were just way too overcooked. So ended up going to a Mexican restaurant nearby and just getting some from there. And I will definitely try it again next time. But that's kind of the point of this. I'm trying to learn, and I learned my mistake 100%. So that's the key. So just either follow the recipe, or if you know, just make sure you know whatever change you're making when you make it, so that you don't end up ruining the entire thing. So it happens. It's definitely part of it. I'd say that's pretty well finely chopped, so we can get the garlic in there. All right, and now we can grate the ginger. And so I'm just going to kind of cut the end off there. I'm just gonna kind of like shave a nice portion off, almost like making it like a pencil. Now you can, it's kind of up to the person whether or not you want to take off the skin or not. I prefer to, personally. I just think it's cleaner. But all in all, it's not really going to affect this so much, because we're just throwing it in a pot and boiling the ever living crap out of it. So we're not going to really have many texture issues with it, but I still like to do it. I think it's better overall. I'm going to rinse my hands real quick. I'm covered in garlic. All right, and we're trying the outside grill again. We'll see how I'm feeling. I was planning on going outside and grilling, but there's a chance I might just fry everything up here in the pan. No, I'm sorry. We're going to grill. We're going to grill. It worked out. We made it work last time, so we'll do that again. And now we're going to grate the ginger. I believe it called for either half a tablespoon or half a teaspoon grated ginger. Let me check. We've got half a teaspoon of grated fresh ginger. That's not a lot, honestly. Trying to keep it short motions here, so that way it's. So if I do the big long ones, then I'm gonna get longer, like shreds of it. It's got to be close. Half a teaspoon right here. Okay, it might be more than I thought. We're at about a quarter right now, I think. Maybe a little more. All right, so we'll keep going there. Oop, wrong side. Actually, it might have been like the perfect amount that I graded it, that I shaved it for. If not, I have a little extra. I might just throw a little extra in there. A little extra ginger won't hurt. Okay. I think just a little more. All right. I'd say that's good with about what we have. We can kind of try to scoop up some of this excess. Ah, fresh ginger just smells. I love making these types of meals because it's just using so many great smelling ingredients. Bring the chat back up. Just don't want to miss anything you guys say. Alrighty. So I've started actually trying to like read recipes and stuff. And it's pretty nice to do. I feel like I'm getting a better grasp on things. But I actually just like you like sure you learn a lot when you're actually like cooking something, but like just sitting down and reading and trying to understand like the basics of what goes with what. So that way, when you're kind of cooking on the fly, you can figure things out. It's like, okay, like what do I know is in a vinaigrette kind of thing. It's like, okay, I know it's like part vinegar, maybe part citrus, and then some sort of olive oil, salt, pepper, mix it together. There you go. You got a vinaigrette. Learning like the parts of it. So that's what I've been trying to do recently, and it's been fun. It's been really relaxing to just read about it. Did I throw? I think I had the ginger in away. I think I did. So I'm gonna have to grab a plastic bag for that. But I'm pretty sure we're all prepped here. I need some sprigs of thyme. I got that here. So let's just get our called for 5 sprigs. These are really small. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got our 5 sprigs of thyme here. We got our Scotch bonnet. So we're pretty much ready for this rice dish now. Geez, I I think I'm gonna have a lot of time on my hands. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go and show you the marinade that I made for the jerk chicken, and I'm gonna cook more jerk chicken later this week. Put that in a nice Ziploc bag. We can put our ginger and our thyme back in the fridge. And we can actually just bring this over here. Try not to knock everything over. And we can just clean a few things. So mise en place, very important, I think, for the kitchen. Of course, I just washed a bunch of things, so the drying rack is very full. But this way, after we're done, we can just have all of this space cleared and ready to wash the rest of the dishes that we'll still have at the end of the day. We can probably rinse off the cutting board because I'm still going to use it for the plantains. So I'm really just going to rinse it off. I'm not really too much worried about cross-contamination with ginger and garlic and stuff. Actually, you know what? Maybe the garlic a little bit. So I will go ahead and add some soap here. We'll go ahead and give this a wash. Oh my gosh, I was making pasta or just noodles today, and I tried doing like a cool way of straining the water, and I ended up burning the crap out of my fingers. They're fine. Immediately ran them under cold water, but really could have given myself some third-degree burns there if I weren't careful. So don't try to be cool when you're dealing with boiling water. I don't know. It's amazing the amount of mistakes that you can make when you're trying to learn something. But like you're at like a point like I've gained quite a bit of knowledge about cooking over the last year, and while I am no means even close to professional level, I've definitely gained a lot of knowledge. So like in some ways, like oh yeah, I feel like I know what I'm doing, but then like I make a really stupid mistake, and it's like I've got a lot to learn. I mean, last week was a very good testament to I have a lot to learn before I am able to be considered a professional chef in any capacity. So I don't know. I think it's really interesting to figure that sort of thing out. Alrighty, we've still got about half an hour on starting the rice, but we can try to get things prepped and ready so that when we are ready for the rice. All right, cover the beans, boil. Okay, so we're gonna have to bring the beans to a boil. So that's what we're gonna have to use there with all the other ingredients. I really wish I had like a second computer that I can use for the recipes and stuff. Maybe I should print them out or something. We'll see. I'll eventually become better. Oh, gotta clean my knife. That's the most important one. I feel that I've yet to use my wet pen again since I first tried it, and I really want to practice so that I can get this knife like ridiculously nice and sharp. But I'm just not ready to try it out on my knife yet. Sorry, it might be hard to hear me when I'm over there. I'm still working on a solution to be able to use my lavalier mic on myself while I'm cooking, so the sound will just follow me wherever I go. That'll be a little easier when I finally get that figured out. But oh, I can chop up this couch. I nearly forgot. Cleaned everything for nothing. Not really. We can set this up here. I'll get OBS figured out and make everything more streamlined at some point. We can just get these finely sliced. Just to make the cutting process a little easier, we're just gonna do it like this. I feel like now that I've given myself plenty of time to cook everything, I feel a lot more relaxed about getting everything done in time for when my wife gets home. So that way when she gets home, we can just eat and enjoy, and she doesn't have to wait like an hour or something. So that'll be nice. Let's hope I get to it. If I don't, you guys can definitely make fun of me in the chat. I will have deserved it. But I really do think that given myself enough time, even with forgetting to boil the rice ahead of time, I forgot to prepare the beans twice. I said rice. I forgot to prepare the beans twice already. So I was worried for a minute that would be my downfall. Alrighty. Now I'm definitely not worried about any cross-contamination there. Oh, I still got to cut the rest of this onion. What is wrong with me? Alright. I know it's probably just the green parts, but I don't think the onion we use is so small. I really don't think it's going to hurt anything to use the rest of this in it as well. Oh, that feels better. Can you tell I did not have time to do anything with my hair? I mean, it's just a mess. It's greasy. It's a mess. So it's a hat day. It is a hat day. Anyone do anything cool this week? Anyone got any fun Labor Day plans? I don't. I'm working, but you know, it's fine. It's part of it. It's part of the grind. Oh, my hair doesn't look like that. It just looks like it's combed over. Oh my god, I really need a haircut. Wow. Okay. It's hard for me to see, but you guys get to enjoy my hat hair whenever I take off my hat to readjust, which I do a lot. Oh, I actually need to wash the rice, so I need. All right, we've got plenty of time, so I can use something. We'll use our cat bowl to wash the rice. We were doing a risotto. Might rely on not washing the rice, but water cooler. There we go. Doing this in the winter really sucks because the water gets really cold, and we have a water softener, so I don't really want to use any of the hot water because it'll have a bunch of water softener salt in it, which I don't think it's like the worst thing to ingest necessarily. But you don't want to. So the water gets really cold. So cooking rice and rinsing it is just it's definitely not my favorite. I wonder. Let's try something. Please do not topple over. Let's grab a strainer. A mesh strainer. This might be the ticket here. Only thing I'm worried about is just the rice just. Okay. As long as I hold that there, I don't think the rice is gonna fall through. And we can strain it without getting our hands too dirty and not losing too much rice. Oh, yeah. Look at that. I think we did it, guys. I think we solved the problem. Set that there for now. Let's keep washing this rice until that water runs a little more clear. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's got to be a couple of times just so it's at least clearer. Get this excess starch out of here. Do you guys wash your rice? I hope you do. Except in risottos. Risottos, you want the starch, I guess, to bind and make everything kind of like creamier. But here, I don't know, gonna go for kind of fluffier rice. I don't know. I don't know if that strainer really helped too much, especially right now because I don't really need it right now. Okay, the water's decently clear. I'd say that's good. Our rice has been washed. It bloomed so much more. Like that looks like a lot more rice than came out of the measuring cup. Got about 18 more minutes. So instead of worrying about making that other, we'll have time. We'll have time to make the marinade. Guess I can get all the ingredients out and ready. Yeah, we'll do that. I don't know. I'm at this weird point where like I feel like I don't have too much time for it. So, but I know I'm gonna need time. I'm gonna need allspice and kosher salt, which I'll leave right there for now. I'm gonna need more green onions. I'm gonna go grab that. I'm gonna need another onion. Okay, actually ended up needing the rest of the green onions that I bought, so that's actually kind of perfect. I feel like it's very rare that I actually use all the green onions that I've bought. I need those. Um, let's see. Oh, you know what? I can't because I don't have enough habanero peppers. So I just rinse these for nothing. I'm gonna put them back in the water. So sorry, I can't make any more of that. Uh, I can make most of it, but all I did was I chopped up an onion. I chopped up the green onion, chopped up some garlic, threw some thyme in there, threw some allspice, salt, pepper, into a food processor, blended that with about a quarter cup of vegetable oil, and then drizzling in as you go half a cup of soy sauce, or no, a quarter cup of soy sauce. Sorry, it was like 2 tablespoons of oil. It wasn't much oil at all. No, let's check before I misinform you about everything. I will paste the links to the recipes in the channel. Actually, I probably should have done that already, but too late now. Okay, tablespoon of vegetable oil, half a cup of soy sauce. Also, some nutmeg was in there. 5 spice powder, which if you don't know what that is, and then 2 habanero peppers. 5 spice powder is a blend of cinnamon, ginger, allspice, anise, and cloves. So just a nice ground mix of that. You can find it pretty much at any store. That's not a weird one to find. And that's pretty much it. The onions, the scallions, the peppers, garlic. Yep. And then marinating the chicken in that. So, yeah. Anyone have any questions while we wait for the beans to be ready? I can get the pot out for the rice and everything. I'm gonna go ahead and use this pot in here, and like that. Just chill. Beans are probably doing, yeah, they're still soaking and they're still hot. So definitely don't have that much chance to cool yet. I don't know if I should cool them before doing it or just throw the hot beans in and hopefully don't completely destroy the texture of them while they're cooking. Um, but I think we'll be okay, honestly. Now I'll probably drain them. Um, I'll probably drain the beans in about 15 minutes, and then uh, put them in here with everything. Put some fresh water in there, and then bring that to a boil. Um, and then go from there because that's going to be going for an hour. And once this is going, then I'll probably start working on getting that grill hot and ready to cook the chicken on there. And I'll probably start prepping the plantains. In fact, it might be good to at least slice the plantains now. Although, I wonder the plantains will oxidize. So, no, I might have to do the plantain. Well, I guess if I okay, I'm sorry for all the brainstorming that's happening right now. Let's look up. Gonna look up fried Jamaican plantains. We have a nice recipe for fried sweet plantains. Let's see if there is a. I don't see a Food and Wine one. So. All right. Plantains. Yeah, I wish that these had gotten a bit dark. I guess I could have put them in a brown bag or something instead of leaving them as they were, but they browned a little. I might have to end up. Yeah, shoot. Oh, I can oven bake them into being ripe. So, okay. Yeah, let's try this. Place the plantains on a foil or parchment paper lined baking sheet, unpeeled. So don't peel them and bake at 300. So let's turn the oven on at 300. This will be super cool if this works. We can just take a pan and we'll go ahead and line it with parchment paper. Why not? My parchment paper box is just so I don't know. I always think my camera's over there. It's so broken. All right, just need enough for the plantains to sit on there. All right, now we're cooking. Get it? Yeah, I kind of hated that too. Not gonna lie. Trying to fix my parchment paper box real quick. It's been driving me nuts for ages. Just stay where you are. That's at least better than this. A little bit more. Sorry, I'm off camera for a second. Just think to yourself a little bit. If you're listening to Epic the Musical, the Wisdom Science came out, sing that to yourself. All right, I'm back. Let's get the plantains on here, and when the oven is heated, so the methods to ripen your plantains is either a paper bag or just out on the counter. Generally the best method, I would assume. A week or two. Okay, so if you're gonna fry plantains, you have to get them a week ahead. That's crazy. That is crazy to me. That is so much planning. You can put them in a paper bag. It's supposed to ripen them faster. Takes just a little bit shorter. Could have done that. Or uncooked rice. So I guess you're kind of wasting rice. So I'm gonna try this method. This might end up being my go-to method because I don't want to plan meals 3 weeks ahead. That's crazy. Some might be um, I know the dessert I'm making for my wife for her birthday, but that's it. I'm not planning that far ahead. I know at some point I'm going to be making um chili and stuff during chili season, but not planning the day necessarily. I don't know. Is it crazy to plan that far ahead? I'm gonna put that in there. It's kind of bothering me just sitting out on the counter making it messy. All right. I kind of want to go get the grill ready, but it's a little bit early. My wife gets off work at 7, um, and so I'd rather get the grill ready around 6:30 ish, and then that way by 7 I can have the chicken on the grill. You have a fly flying around, and I swear it's just trying to drive me nuts. It's like that episode of Breaking Bad where the fly is driving him nuts and he destroys the entire lab trying to kill this fly. Um, that's what this fly is to me. I'm just not gonna destroy my kitchen because unlike um, fictional character, I have consequences that matter. I usually forget to drink water when I'm streaming, so I'm trying to be better. Who knows? Maybe I'll have a. I'm gonna figure out one of these days. I'm actually gonna take time and figure out OBS and make this a more fun experience. And I'll have a timer goes on that tells me to drink water. You guys can do it too. You guys can drink water whenever the water timer goes off. But I'm now low on water, so we're just gonna stand here and fill up my ridiculously large water bottle. Um. So, how's life? How's everything going? Mine's pretty good. Mine's pretty good. Um, I'm trying not to buy too many cooking books because the pile keeps getting bigger, and and I still haven't completed any of the ones I've already bought. So I'm gonna try to do those, and pretty soon I'm gonna start actually trying to cook things from them for you guys. I've just been enjoying reading them, so so hopefully soon, when I feel a little bit more settled, I can actually start weekly cooking something interesting. So I have an Avatar: The Last Airbender cookbook, and I want to cook. My original plan for this channel, actually, the early stages before it was called Professor Drew, before it was called Professor Who, even, um, was that I was just going to make a series where I was going to go through cookbooks and just cook everything from that cookbook, rate them and stuff like that, and learn how to cook that way. Oh, I think I found the thing that had the ginger in it right in front of my face, but that's okay. And so I still very much want to. Sorry, I still very much want to do that, but it's really just kind of been about timing. The we okay, we're not there yet. Wow, that hour really flew by. No notes for that hour. It's nice to know that I could do this efficiently if I really wanted to, but I almost gave myself too much time now because I was too prepared. Because I had already done the thing that took a while, which was getting everything for the chicken marinade ready. Everything else has been pretty easy, and it's mostly just let it sit there and go. So I feel like I gave myself too much time here, but that's okay. If I were smart, I would have prepared extra stuff I could have prepared for tomorrow, but I don't really have anything. I don't think I've got some sausage thawing that I just started thawing it though, so I can't really spend time frying that up because it just started thawing. I could put it in some water and maybe fry it, but I think I'm just gonna focus on this right now. Maybe next time I can kind of plan for it. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna prep for this, but that's okay. All right, we got that going. I guess what I can do, um, only got a few minutes. Yeah, we've got 3.5 minutes, so we'll just wait this out. You know what? I can actually put dishes away, and not entirely waste the time. All right, we're gonna do something different. This is no longer going here. I'm gonna fit other stuff that I want there. So I have this whole like processor blender setup thing. There's too many components to it. That it just you have a drink. It just makes it difficult, and I've had it over there for a long time, and it's just been getting in the way, and the amount of times I use this processor is not enough to warrant it being over there. So I'm gonna put it in a drawer that I put things that I don't use a lot. I'm actually gonna move a few things into different places, but I really, truly, and honestly believe that it deserves to be there. Um, because I just don't use it much, if at all. And that's my like forgetful cabinet right there that I'm allowed to forget the things that are in there. All right, we're gonna let this go for 10 minutes. I had 2 minutes left. Ooh, whoa. Check it after that. Keep an eye on those bananas. We got 2 minutes. Once this hits 8, we're gonna drain the beans, and then we'll get working on getting the rice started. Let's pray to the food gods that I do not burn the coconut milk this time. Like, maybe if it gets a little toasted, it's fine, because that's gonna add some nice flavor. But I do not want to. I'm just gonna tighten this. I think it needs tightening. My wife has a bigger skull than I do. That's better. Ah, sitting nice and snug on my head, right there. All right, let's see. Oh, the grocery store I went to was awesome. It's called Market District. Um, it's kind of like a Whole Foods, but it feels a little less pompous. It's like you're in between of like a Kroger and a Whole Foods, I feel like. And it's really clean. All the ingredients are like really fresh, and it's reasonably priced. I think it's the same company that owns GetGo, which I didn't know that. We tried their fried chicken, and they make pot pies and stuff like that. Their fried chicken's really good. For like a grocery store fried chicken, so far it would be my go-to. Like, their oil is clean, um, and stuff. So it's like not making the food taste weird because they have like really old oil. Granted, it is a fairly new Market District, so I haven't tried the other one that's been there for a while. So we'll see how it holds to the test of time. But yeah, that was really good. The pot pie was pretty decent. I've never made a pot pie before, but after eating that one, I was like, at least for the filling, I feel like I could make it taste better. It wasn't bad, but I've had other pot pies that I feel like I've enjoyed a little bit more, but it was still very solid. Um, I went to downtown Indy, and I went to Taxman Brewing Company. It's right by Banker's Life Fieldhouse. I don't even, is it Banker's Life now? What, I don't remember. The Pacers Fieldhouse um it's right by it. And I had a tenderloin. Like, I'm a big tenderloin guy. This tenderloin was terrible. It was so bad. Their oil was definitely old. Like, it was super bitter. They used like an ale batter for it, which it sounds good, but like it just it didn't hit anywhere. The flavors were just off. It was really bitter. The rest of the flavors just weren't really showing up anywhere. It was a bad. Sorry about that. Using my phone to film, and I keep getting weird random phone calls. Someone sold my data or something. So it is what it is. Oh, the we can go ahead and I think we're gonna. I would like to test the beans spoon here. I was gonna put stuff away, but I got distracted talking. Guys did this to me. I'm blaming you, and definitely not myself. Um. All right. So the beans have been soaking in the hot water, and I guess they're softer. We're gonna boil them again, and they're gonna be cooking for over an hour. So I think they're at a good point. And we can go ahead and we can. I don't know if we need to rinse them after. I doubt it. Couldn't see why. Nope, not that. All right, let's duplicate this tab. Maybe I should like show you guys what I have going on here. I don't know how to do that, but we will try that at some point. Drain, rinse, add fresh water, and cook. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna drain these. I'm gonna go ahead and bring you guys over here. Hello. Give this nice weird upward shot of me. We can go ahead and drain these beans. Yeah, I can't thank you guys enough for being here. It's absolutely a blast having people to hang out with on the chat while I'm cooking. I never thought that this would be something I would do. If you would have told me that 5 years ago I'd be live streaming myself cooking, I would have told you that's weird. I wouldn't have expected that. But you know, it sounds fun and it sounds cool. Like 10 years ago, me would have been like, what? Nah, I'm going to be a director or something. Um, so this is a fun change. I'm definitely enjoying it. Looking forward to making other content on this channel as well. All right. Let's set that right there. And now we can look at the recipe here. Make sure I'm doing things right. All right. Cover the beans with water and bring to a boil over moderately high heat. Is it tiny the amount of water to use? 3 cups of water. Okay. We can do that. All right. So our beans, or big friendly beans, we're gonna toss these in here. Put this in the sink, and we can wash these in a few when we have a moment. And we need 3 cups of water, so we're gonna get that. I guess I could have prepped the 3 cups of water, but that's okay. It's just getting 3 cups of water. I don't think it's gonna make or break this. There's our 2 cups. That's our 3 cups of water. This recipe isn't. I would try to be a little more specific. Okay, with the water. So I guess if you want to specify how much water you're using, you would say with the water, so you know that that's probably in the recipe. That's an interesting thing to think about, like the specifics, how specific directions have to be, so that stupid people like me follow them correctly. I'm also pretty bad at following directions. If you didn't know, you should have known that from last week. Um, but I'm trying to be better about like actually reading the whole recipe and following it along. And I wish I'd given myself a little bit more time before this to like sit down and just read the recipe and understand it a little bit more, so I'm not jumping back to it so much. But okay, in a large saucepan, cover the beans with the water and bring to a boil over moderately high heat. Stir in the onions. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring this to a boil. Our chicken's gonna be like perfectly, um, like I'm gonna try to spread it out a little bit. Our chicken's gonna be like perfectly like room temp by the time we're ready to cook it, which is great. It's gonna cook really nicely, hopefully really evenly. I'm just doing drumsticks today. Originally, I planned to do both drumsticks and thighs, but I was really bad at remembering to pre-prepare things, so I forgot to thaw the chicken thighs, which that's okay. Actually, wait, did I forget to thaw the chicken thighs today? I might have thawed chicken thighs in here, so my family gave us food. Where's the timer? Oh, okay. We're getting into chaos mode. Second, I think it'll be fine for a second. I just want to check to make sure I didn't just thaw chicken and forget about it. Okay, I don't think I did. I think I ended up putting it back in the freezer. I will double check that later anyway. Um, how are those looking? They're darkening. Kind of what you want, right? So I don't know if that's considering them ripening or if they're just. I mean, I guess they are. They're not getting softer. So I can understand why this isn't necessarily the ideal method. I do see a bit more yellow in there, but they're just darkening. So we'll flip them and maybe go another 10 minutes or so and see where we're at there. Let's see what that said. This is actually a very helpful for about 20 to 25 minutes or until ripe. So, okay, cool. This will be about 20 minutes there. And yeah. Is the stream looking okay? Yep, everything looks good. Not mean to pull that out. Might be good just to have this here so I can see where it's at for you guys. Sorry for the delay. All right, next week for sure. Dreadlock, you can hold me to it. I am going to get the latency thing figured out so that there isn't, Jesus, like a 20-second delay. Even more so. Where is this at? Okay, I don't think this. Okay. Oh, there's my butt. Sorry, guys. You're probably looking at my butt a bunch, like from the side. It's not even like a fun view of my butt. Um. Okay. 10-second delay. I love this. I was gonna call it a job, but it's not really a job right now, is it? So it boils faster. I'm not gonna worry about adding any more salt because beans were soaking in that salt for a few, um, and now we're just gonna let them cook because there's salt that we're adding after it's boiling, and then what else? And then we can salt the taste later. So I'd rather not get it over salted. I don't notice the delay. Well, that's good. I do. um, it's not like a delay in the voice. It's just a delay from when things are happening, compared to like when I actually notice what you guys are doing. So, it looks like to me, from what I'm seeing here, there's a 10-second delay. But that's fine. It's not a big deal. 10 seconds is really not that noticeable. I don't know. Maybe my YouTube thing is showing a delay when there's not one, but we'll see. Thank you, Dreadlock, for letting me know. I appreciate it. Okay. Now we're just waiting for things to boil. Oh, the tenderloin was bad at Taxman. So if you're ever in Indy and you go to Taxman, maybe avoid the tenderloin because I mean you could even taste it in the fries. Like there was like a bitterness there that didn't need to be there because the oil they were using. And so I don't know. Maybe it was the one I got wasn't very good, but with the way nothing else in that sandwich saved it, and it was edible. It was just better tenderloins, and so that's off the list. One day, I plan on going around Indiana and trying to find the best tenderloin in all the state, and I will definitely tell you guys about it on stream and in an actual video. See, let's go over here. One thing we can do is we can treat our cast iron, since I used it this morning, we can just put a little tiny bit of oil in here. That should be good. And we're just going to rub the oil in to keep the seasoning intact. I'm gonna grab a paper towel. Hoping that the paper towel doesn't just break apart a bunch while I'm doing it. I think it'll be okay. Make it a more even layer instead of just caked on. All right, cool. That's done. Job done. It's down there. Anyone else have Chapel Roan constantly stuck in their head? Yeah, me neither. No, I have her stuck in my head all the time. Man, she's crazy good. All right, we can put a few dishes away. Which is all of this. All of this stuff is a part of the damn processor. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind having all these gadgets. It's just not having an efficient place for them to go. Like, you'd think that this little base here would hold everything, but it doesn't. I've tried, and I've tried, and I've tried, to find a way that this will hold every single component. And it does for most of them. But there are a few outliers. This gets stuck. Did I put this in the wrong height? I did. There we go. There are a few outlier pieces that don't fit perfectly. And it drives me nuts. I don't know. Maybe someone smarter than I could figure out the puzzle. But one of these things will not fit properly. And it's a very sad watch. I'm going to get it here. Oh, we're boiling. We're boiling. Baby. Oh, baby. What do I do? Stir in the onions, scallions, garlic, allspice, thyme. Over moderately high heat. Wow, that's very high heat. Let's take that off. Let's not throw water everywhere. And we're going to maybe bring that down a little bit. And we can stir in everything. So I'm going to use... I'm terrified of the store getting stuck with so many things in it. I'm going to use this nice metal spoon. It's ever so slightly more out of the way. All right. Onions, scallions, garlic, allspice, thyme, Scotch bonnet, ginger, the 2 teaspoons. I did teaspoons of salt, right? Yeah, that looks like teaspoons of salt. Oh. Yeah. Looks like all of this in here, the half teaspoon of pepper. So I think we're good. So get all of this stuff in here. Or I can just throw half of it off the side here. It's fine. There's plenty in there. We can always add more salt and pepper and even allspice if we really cut on the side here. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. Oh, that worked great. All right. Stir in those things. Oh, the Scotch bonnet pepper. How can I forget? I'm going to rinse this off real quick, too. It's a little dirty. There's the habanero pepper, though, remember. Plantains, you're fine. You're fine. You're totally fine. Turn it off again. Ooh, just at the wire. All right. And they're on fire. Wow. Those look right to me. Those look right to me. So I guess we're going to let those cool. Turn off the oven. I mean, worst comes to worst, we just don't have the fried plantains. But I mean... I mean, they said as black as possible. They're not soft. Actually, not even that hot. They're a little softer, though. So we're going to let those cool, and we will handle these in a few. I wish I had another... Oh, I do have another spot for these. There we go. All right, we'll let those cool. And now I need the recipe up. Shit, my arm almost slipped off the counter and I would have just face planted right into. That would have been fun. You guys would have been able to watch me just completely mess up my teeth. All right, so I'm going to bring this down lower. And I want this to simmer for a second. So I don't want to add I don't want to add the coconut milk in when it's too. Oh, I need the pepper. Um, we'll add the pepper in there. The key is for the pepper not to burst, because we just want some of that heat to seep through. We don't want to just all that capsaicin to spill out into it. So last time it did not burst for me. Let's hope we do the same thing here. But I need this to cool down a little. In fact, I think I'm terrified of the coconut milk scorching. Um, so I'm taking it off the heat, and I am going to rinse off the top of the can. It looked pretty clean, but you know. I think the pepper burst. I heard a little. I mean, I guess one small little air pocket is fine, but like, don't want the whole thing. It's okay for a little bit to go in there. I'm gonna turn the burner off for a second. We can open this up. My wife hates this can opener. She can't really use it. Coconut milk, unsweetened. That is thick. It is thick. It is very thick. What's it taste like? I've never had just. That's really good. That's really freaking good. I mean, it's basically just like coconut water and guar gum. Something's caught in my throat. I have no idea what though. That's like really good actually. Sorry, I need to taste a little bit more. All right, and the rest can go in. That's a noise. That's certainly a noise. I'm expecting the coconut. It says coconut milk, right? Unsweetened? Yeah. Okay. And we're just gonna stir this in. All right, we can bring this back over the burner. I'm gonna turn it back down to a medium heat, and we're gonna try to bring this up to a nice simmer, slowly. Slowly is the game here. All right. Pretty soon I will go get the grill ready. All right, we got that incorporated. I don't know how well you guys can see this. Let me check. Check. Okay, not very well. Well, we don't need this stuff over here anymore. Rinse off our knife. When I say rinse off, I just mean completely clean it. Doesn't take long. All right. Slide some of this stuff out of here. I can get rid of this can. It's part of mise en place is kind of one, it's cleaning as you go. Clearing your counter space as needed. There, now we can get you guys over here where we can see the pot a bit more. Yeah, we can be closer together. So this thing, this son of a gun thing, what is it? Like, I guess that sits there, like that. This one sits here. Did I just figure it out? Is that really what it's? It's been so long. There we go. That's how it's supposed to be. It was this thing. I didn't think that this thing should just go in here like that. That's exactly where it's supposed to go. It's like a little puzzle for a 5-year-old. He goes in the square hole. All right. What happens after we bring this to a simmer? So the recipe calls for stir in the coconut milk and bring to a simmer. Cover and simmer over low heat until the beans are tender, about 1 hour. Okay, I'm going to bring this to about in between. I'm putting it about 5. Cover it and try to keep an eye on it. I think my big thing is like I don't want to leave my eyes really off of this until I've got it simmering, a low simmer. And I've got it simmering on low with the rice in. Oh, sorry. Over low heat until the beans are tender, about an hour. Adjust the heat as necessary to maintain a gentle simmer. So, and then stirring in the rice. So we're letting the beans go for a while. It's kind of funny. You're like, I guess if you don't want to deal with soaking the beans overnight, you just boil them for 2 straight hours instead, which is basically what we did. Oh yeah, that's how that worked. I think the last time I just let the beans sit in the water after I boiled them. So, but we'll see how this method goes if you really just need to do it quickly. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost to that simmer. Make sure you guys see it. Yeah, I don't think you guys can see. Did I marinate the chicken? Yeah, dreadlock. I marinated the chicken in. So let's see. There is allspice. There is Chinese 5-spice, which is a combination of cinnamon, ginger, allspice, anise, and cloves. You've got 2 kinds of allspice in there. And then there is a tablespoon of vegetable oil, half a cup of soy sauce, an onion, 2 cloves of garlic, 2 green onions, some dried thyme. That might be it. I think that's it. Oh, and 2 habanero peppers. So this, yeah, the chicken has been marinating, and we're about ready to go put it on the grill. Okay, we've got a simmer. I'm bringing this down low. The simmer's a little too high for my heart there, but we've got it there. Stir it a little bit. It's coming back to a simmer, even on the low heat. Trying to keep it there. Yeah. All right. Look at that. That's a simmer. You see the bubbling? What's the wow? Just like by how many things were in there? I mean, it's really not that much. I They like to season their food. What can I say? Oh, there's also salt and black pepper in there. I feel like that's kind of given. But yeah, we've got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 or 8. I think we got 8 drumsticks here. All right, we've got that going, and I think I guess we'll set a high for me. Hopefully the amount of water in there and stuff will help keep things going. I think the issue, the real struggle with keeping the coconut milk from scorching is when you add the rice. All right, so we're gonna set an hour here. Um, shoot, I think we're actually gonna be about a half hour behind schedule. But hopefully everything else is on time. So we're gonna let this go. I'm gonna bring this a little bit lower. Let's bring it to straight up low. Because I had it about 2. We're gonna bring this to straight up low. And we'll come back inside and check on this. But we can go outside and get the grill ready. So I'll take you guys with me. And we'll go do that, and then we can get the chicken on the grill in about half an hour. So I'm gonna go move the grill and like take the cover off real quick. Screw it. I'll just take it with me now. You guys might lose sound for just a second. All right, there we go. So I just smacked the phone against the cabinet and it hit the lock button perfectly. And so it locked the phone. I think that's kind of funny. All right. Set that there. Set this here. Ooh. It's always kind of scary doing this. All right, I'm going to go unlock the door first and then grab you guys. All right, let's go on an adventure. We can put on our outside slippers. Ooh, my feet were getting kind of toasty in those. Got slippers for inside, slippers for outside. Mostly because, like, when I'm on my feet for so long, it kind of hurts. Ooh, don't drop the phone. Don't drop the phone. Drop it. There we go. So we don't get bugs. Got a nice maze of chairs here because I am too lazy to clean this. So we're gonna do this now real quick and just move out of the way. To be honest. I like how I did this, honestly. That actually wasn't so bad. Okay. Now we can move this over here. Thank you guys for the dealing with the growing pains that is this channel. But I feel like this works off. And tripod. There we go. All right. Whew. Okay. Got that. Set this here for now. Ah, that was a little rough on my back. Yeah, it is nice out. Thank you. My yard goes to like that electric box right there. So past that, that's the horse farm and stuff. So yeah, it's nice to have a good sized yard, but it is a pain to mow. That hill gets deceptively kind of like stuck in one spot over near the electric box, and it is not ideal. Ta-da! It's a grill. I have my gas grill here, but unfortunately I was done with it and I left it out in the rain, and then I put the cover back on it like a moron instead of letting it like air dry. So it got a little rusty in there, so I got to take care of that. So I haven't really been able to use that. Luckily I have this big beautiful baby right here. She's beautiful. I left her out in the rain, but I let her air dry and she's good. We haven't had issues. So I will be right back. I'm going to get the charcoal, the matches, and everything, and we're going to set it up. I'm going to grab gloves, too. Drop that on my foot. All right. Guess this got a little rusty, but that's not too bad. I can wash that off. Actually, I might have even been like that already. But I'm going to try to be more careful with this thing from now on. Put the cover on tonight properly. So, I learned from last time. I'm going to use gloves to avoid getting my hands ridiculously dirty. Because we learn from our mistakes on this channel. And if we don't learn the first time, then we learn the second time, and we'll keep trying to learn it until we don't make the mistake anymore. So, oof. Glove. I checked the pot. It had a nice simmer going. Um, Set that up there. Um, I would say it's kind of funny that they add that like, hey, this is a carbon monoxide hazard. Don't burn charcoal indoors. The fact that they need to say that is a little sad, but better safe than sorry, I guess. Before we put those in here, we can try to shake off, brush this ash away into the holes. Perfect, but at least get rid of a portion of them. So there are ashes in here. We can just do this. You guys can see what's going on. So we got some ashes in here. We're just trying to brush it through the holes there. Just it doesn't have to be like perfect, but so it's not like piling it up and air can get through. I'd say that's pretty good. We're just gonna put nice piles of charcoal here. I learned from last time you really want them nice and stacked and tight together. So that way, that when they get hot, they all get hot, and it's not just like a couple of them. I'm also going to kind of soak them in the lighter fluid a bit longer, so that way they'll catch a bit easier. Work smarter and not harder, right? I have that kind of like instinct of like, oh no, it touched the ground. I think it's charcoal. It's fine. It's just being lit on fire. We're not consuming the charcoal. But I hope to get a nice smoky flavor from the charcoal on the chicken. So it is kind of nice if you only want to grill a few things. You only have to really use one side of this. Like you don't have to be committed to using both sides. Now I'm cooking 8 chicken legs, so I'd prefer to, um, you know, oops, I'm gonna have to wipe these off. I got them all ashy. All right, see that's probably enough charcoal for each one. Now I just gotta stack this charcoal to being. This one being a little more stubborn. All right, that's. I think I have too much. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it really hurts to have a little extra. So, sorry. It's funny. It was really funny watching my dad do this and not totally understanding exactly what he was doing, and now kind of getting it. Of like trying to set them up in the best way possible so that it's gonna eat properly. All right. Well, this side's better than this side, but all right. I still got real dirty. Not sure if you can see that, but real dirty on my arm there. Charcoal grilling makes food taste better. Yeah, 100% dreadlock. It does. Now, there are other methods to heating up your charcoal, but man, this one kind of takes the cake in efficiency. So you just get a decent coating of the lighter fluid in there. Let it soak into it. Might use a little much there. Let that soak there for a second. I'll be right back. I'm going to go check on the beans real quick, and I will be right back. Hey, we're back. It looks like the beans are going good. The simmer got a little low, so I had to bring up the heat just a little bit. Woo, that lighter fluid. I might have used a little much there, but it's a light. I'm gonna bring the camera back just a little, make it so you guys can still see, but not gonna just completely ruin my camera. Well, that's still my catch. There we go. I should have put the grates on before. We can let the fire die down a little bit, and then we can move the grates. Let's not risk anything here. Yeah, we got our flames going. Ooh, that's beautiful. Yeah, gotta be careful here. I'm a bit of a pyro guy. Yes. We can also move this bag of charcoal away. I really want to move those grates now, but I don't want to be stupid. So I will try not to be stupid. It's nice. I mean, it's hot out today, but there's still something about like a warm fire that's just like it's in our blood just to enjoy the warmth of a fire. But it's cooling down a little. It's been hot the last couple of days. I need to cut the grass. Well, at least that part. Like most of the grass stays fine. It's just up on that hill it gets really wild really fast, and so we can let this go. Fire's starting to die down a little. Might be able to. There it is. That's the issue with using a cord. It's alright. Luckily, I have a case and everything on. No, don't lock it. I locked. Okay, whatever. Oh, it's upside down now? Now. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, they're probably going to be hot. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to grab tongs so I can move these. Alright, cool. We're getting that nice smoke off of them now. And pretty soon, uh, we'll be ready. Luckily, these slide easily on here. So all I gotta do is get them on and then slide them. So I think the key is also, like, I closed it before and there wasn't enough air getting into these to, like, for them to, like, really smolder. I don't know. Um, for them to smolder, so I'm gonna let the air get to it a bit more. We're learning, guys. I bought this grill months ago, and now I'm finally getting to use it. Isn't that just grand? Alright, I'm seeing the embers on that one. see as much on this one. We'll give it some time. Might have to throw a little bit more fire on there. That's okay. Definitely hot. And we're going to take our paper towel here and just try to wipe off some of this. Ugh. Ash. Wipe off the ash. It's smoky. That's what we want. I have a brush that's like specifically for this sort of thing, but I didn't really feel like getting it out. Ooh. Oh. Whew. It's like being like sitting in that wrong spot at the campfire, and then you move to a different spot, and then the smoke follows you there, and you're just sitting there just breathing in the smoke the entire time. It's like, great. I'm sure this is like the equivalent of like a pack of cigarettes. It's a nice grill. Yeah. I'm really thankful to my neighbor for selling it to me. He had just gotten a new one too, so it really worked out. Um, I really like that I can like raise the coal beds or lower them depending on what I want. So like this coal bed, I can raise it here and I can bring the food closer to the heat or even further away from it. Smoky. Yeah, it's very smoky. I guess I can move you guys a little bit over here. Is it choppy at all for you? No, it's just bright. Oh, what's going on there? Come on, focus on me. Ultra wide. There we go. Oh, that's dark. That's very dark. Is that better? Looks a little better, I think. Maybe a little bit brighter. I don't know. How's that? Is that better? Can you see me okay? Yeah, I think you can see me pretty all right there. Fantastic. All right. I'm going to keep letting these go because we really want we want more of that white to appear on them. Yeah, and I'm seeing the red down there. This is perfect. I think these are good. I did it right this time, guys. I didn't mess it up. So we're gonna let it go. You guys can sit in the smoke. You can stew in it. It's fine. All right, cool. Let you guys chill in the nice smoky aroma. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Got the chicken over here. Oh, yeah. I don't know if I need these coals super close to it. I think at this it's going to be just fine. We got beautiful embers there. See if you guys will be able to see it. Oh, yeah. I can see it with the camera there. You can just see, like, right down there. Got some beautiful embers going on. Don't hold the phone over the heat too long, but that's just gorgeous. Oh, it smells great. It's always fun going out and taking a walk. Um, and the ooh, careful, the gloves retain heat. And just smelling the hot grill. I think we're good to go ahead and close it now. And there's enough. Hopefully it'll heat up. We'll keep an eye on this temperature dial here. I've got the chicken here. The chicken is definitely room temp. I might have left it out a little too long, but we're going to be cooking it, so it should be fine. We'll be cooking it to a nice 165 degrees internal. I'll make sure to bring that thermometer out here. Yeah, but we can go ahead and see how long this says it's supposed to take. Oh my god, the gloves even work while I'm. All these sweaties everywhere. They're annoying. Medium hot fire. Don't know what that means, but medium hot. I mean, worse comes to worse. If it's getting too hot, I can always um, raise this thing up. I would guess medium hot is around like 350. So let's hope this can get up to 350. I might have to raise them a bit and get them there. But charcoal works a little differently. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. That's exactly what we're looking for. So maybe just a little bit longer letting these get hot. Ooh, smoky. All right. Well, you know, enjoying the setup. One day I'll have a nice enough setup where I can just take the phone with me or whatever camera I'm using. And it's not just tethered to the computer. And that way we can just kind of like go inside and in and out together. Or I'll have multiple cameras set up so that I can just have things set up out here and in there, and everything will work just beautifully. All right, cool. We're getting more up towards 300, so I think that's working. If we raise the beds just a little. Whew. Ah, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I don't know if this saved the setting. I'm gonna just a bit, just a bit. Whew. What a beautiful background. You know, it'd be great if this could be the thumbnail. Could just a puff of smoke up. All right, right at about 300. Now, it's calling for chicken quarters, and these are just drums, so I really don't think these are going to take as long. The nice thing about this is, like, if these are done before everything else is done, then I can just bring them inside, I can turn the oven on low, and I can keep these warm, and hopefully keep them from drying out, too. I can put some aluminum foil around them, all that sort of thing. Maybe close this. try to entrap some of that smoke. Trying to get the heat up. It's almost there. Okay. I think it's about where we want it. So we can go ahead and I should have used the tongs. Too late now. Oh, we're getting a nice sizzle there. Might even push these back a bit. Kind of keep them all pretty evenly over the heat. Some of that jerk chicken sauce, the marinade is kind of dripping down. That's okay. All right, and we're gonna let these go for a bit. Maybe flip them in about 10 minutes or so. Give you guys a quick, nice little view. That looks beautiful. I'm excited. I'm very excited. So I was talking to a friend today, and we were kind of he was telling me about how he handles doing the keto diet because I've been talking about wanting to get a little healthier and stuff, and I think I might try it. But the first thing I'm going to do, and I can try to keep you guys updated on this. I am not a medical professional, and I'm not giving medical or health advice. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to just take carbs out of my breakfast completely. So just doing like eggs, sausage, that sort of thing. Like no carbs in breakfast, no fruit or anything, at least to start. You can maybe incorporate fruit a little bit later down the line, but just trying to like my breakfast is usually like oatmeal and stuff because I'm an old man. So I think by doing that, that might help, take that out. Oh, this reopened. We're gonna close that back up. I guess we can let that smoke escape. I was just trying to help keep the heat in, but I don't know. Probably, yeah, it's fine. So, all right, I'm gonna bring this plate in. Um, check on the beans, and I will be right back. Ooh, pretty soon. I won't be able to do this this late. It's gonna be getting dark earlier and earlier. I really should have checked what time it was when I went inside. It would probably been a couple minutes, maybe 3 or 4. Ooh, oh man, I can't tell you how much nicer it is to stay hydrated through this. All right, now we're getting to that nice 350 range for the temperature. So I'm gonna give it. Shoot, I forgot to grab the thermometer, but I won't need it right away. So we can just take a chill, just kind of chill out and just hang out for a second. The I keep calling it stew. The beans are looking pretty good. They're um, simmering nicely. Oh, they're simmering pretty well, and I think everything's going okay. The plantains are the thing that I think might take a bit more time, but I'm hoping, excuse me, that these might actually be done before the beans are. Um, so hopefully we time this pretty well, and I can then take these off the grill and we can just go inside, um, and then handle everything inside. And while the rice is cooking in there, I can monitor it, and I can cook the plantains, and we'll be eating probably around 8 o'clock. So my wife won't have to wait too horribly long, just maybe an extra half hour or so. So that's nice. That I'm not going to be completely um, screwing her out of a meal at a reasonable time. Just checking on the time. Please don't say an hour. About 30 minutes for the rice. Okay. Yeah, I think we're pretty well on track to being about um just a half hour behind schedule, which is much better than like the hour to like nearly hour and a half behind schedule we were last time. So we are improving, chat. We are improving, Dreadlock. We're getting it. We're getting there. Maybe it's the hat. Maybe I need to wear my Salty Dog hat. Salty Dog is a restaurant in Hilton Head, South Carolina. Um, Beautiful views in their harbor. They're pretty good food too. But yeah, we just liked the dog hat, and they have a lot of nice memorabilia there. So, all right, I'm smelling the chicken, so I'm gonna check on it. Really hope I didn't burn it. Probably should have checked it just in case, but let's give it a peek here. Dreadlock, baby, we did it. Okay, it's stuck a little bit. All right, that's fine. Yeah, I really should have oiled the grill before doing this, but it's fine. It's not too bad. Yeah, we're getting a nice golden color on these. Okay, the only one we got kind of a slight tinge of burn on it was the middle one. So we'll just have to be careful with that one. Um, these ones might need a few seconds longer. Middle one could probably be turned. Ooh, yeah, some okay color there. I'll show you guys in just a second. Thank you, Dreadlock. Thank you. Yeah, much improvement from last week. All right, so the middle ones are probably going to cook the fastest. We may want to pull those out there. Right. Okay. Come on. All right. Yeah, some of them got a little char in them, and that's okay. It's not too much char where I'm gonna be really worried. What we can do though is just kind of swap that to the outside, um, and just try to cook them off just a little bit more. Um, Maybe we'll do that instead of cooking them like right directly over, giving them a slight. It's gonna make weird real lines, but that way they all might cook a little bit more evenly without being completely directly over it, just getting that burn on it. But it's definitely not too much that's going to be an issue. It's like only two of them I see are kind of like a little overcharred. Look at that beauty. Look at those beautiful little chicken legs. So this one I would say is a little too done. This one's a little too done. That one's on the cusp. But like these, like that one's got some doneness to it, but like it's acceptable amounts of doneness, I'd say. So not perfect. Definitely going to try to keep them like off that direct heat right there. But honestly, I couldn't be happier. I might even lower the beds just a little bit because they're getting even hotter. I don't want to overdo it. I don't want that heat because, like, I don't know if you can see, but there's like straight up flame coming from this one. I'm trying to see if you can see it or not. Try to get an angle. Okay, if you look like right there, there's actual like kind of like white flame coming out there. So this is hot. It's very hot. So that's good. It's exactly what we want. I'm gonna go grab the thermometer. I'm gonna be right back. Created a barricade for myself here. Oop, 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 oop. All right, it's been a few more minutes. God, these are just beautiful, beautiful. Oh, I should Be home soon-ish. Let's give this one a nice little peek here. All right, we're at about 228 on this one. All right, we're at 140 on that one. 135-ish. Yeah, around there. 123 on that one. So those ones are going to be a little slower. What are we doing here? About 128 on this one. Oop. 138, 140-ish on that one. 150-ish on this one, but it's on the side that, okay, yeah, around 150 there. Ah, get off. Whew. And we're at about 151 on that one. So they're getting close. Ooh, that was that plane flying by. It sounded like the door opening. Oh yeah, it's magnetic. I'll keep this in this little pocket here. All right, so I guess we can try to maybe move some of them a little bit closer to the center here. Where are they looking? All right, looking reasonable. Yeah, these sides are looking way better. Try not to lose that skin. My neighbor has a little puppy. Really cute. Squeeze these in just a little more. We'll let them go for... Oh yeah, let's show you. Look at that. Look at how beautiful these look. You can see on these sides. Look at that. Definitely not getting that ridiculous char, but still getting a nice Maillard on them. So that's great. That's exactly what we're looking for. Yeah, dreadlock. Yeah. Yeah, we got it, man. This is it. Like, this is our time to shine. Let's see, I don't know if we can see him. My neighbor's got a little Rottweiler puppy. I can't zoom in. I can't zoom in. Got a little Rottweiler puppy. It's hard to see, but he's adorable. He's really cute. He didn't even notice me. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Hello. Oh, he does not care. He just wants to go back inside. That's so cute. He's adorable. All right, I guess I'm gonna go grab a plate. Sorry, I keep going back inside. I really should grab all this all at once. Shoot, actually, you know what? Let's head back inside. Let's all of us head back inside. And I will come back out and finish this up when by the time I get everything here inside and I come back out with a plate, then I think we will be ready pretty much to pull everything off. So I'm going to bring us all back inside now, and that'll make everything a lot easier on me. Really just me. I don't know if it'll really do much for you guys. So do that. Caught on things. Don't get caught on things. I am one day 100% gonna trip over the cord and smash my face. Let's hope that day is not today. Ah, see? That's what I gotta figure out. Maybe I can get a cool, like, retractable cable to use. Couldn't do that either. Okay. Plug back in. Not losing power. Look at this timing. Look at this beautiful timing. A minute to go on that hour for that, and we're just about ready to add the rice. I'm gonna go ahead and just turn this timer off. I'm gonna go grab a plate. Why am I looking in the drawer for a plate? I'm gonna grab a plate. I'm gonna go grab everything off the grill. Shoot, actually, it might just be a good idea to quickly handle this. Nothing on the grill is like in super danger of overheating. So, stir the rice, cover and simmer over low heat until the rice is tender. Yeah, I'm gonna get this a little bit stronger of a simmer here, and I guess we can test some of the beans or one of the beans here, and it's nice and tender. Woo! Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Oh, that tastes great. Okay, we can go ahead and spoon in the rice. We can let this simmer, just kind of stir that a little bit. Let that rice cook, but we're gonna keep it very low. I'd rather it take too long than completely burn it, so all right. All right, I'm gonna go get this plate, I'm gonna go check on the chicken, and I will be right back. So I just heard thunder. Oh, I can probably bring that brightness thing back up, can't I? I can make sure we're pulled back out all the way. All right, there we go. So I just heard thunder. And some of the chicken is done, but some of it's not. So I've got some of it on the plate here. I'm gonna go back out there in like 2-3 minutes. Set this timer here for 25 minutes. And keep this at a nice simmer. I've got some of this sauce here. Just trying to cook it up a little. Get it to a safe temperature. So that way there's a little extra jerk sauce if we need it. And I can get ready to handle the plantains once the chicken is done. Once the chicken is done, I will do the plantain. I will peel them real quick. And then we can run back out, hopefully beat the rain. Would love to get my grill cooled off, but whew. Yeah, I might need a knife for this. Use this one here. Okay, I definitely think, my goodness, these do not feel easy. These were incredibly ripe plantains, so this may not go the exact way we wanted it to. But we'll see. I feel like if anything, it's just like dehydrated. Maybe I should have put some moisture in the oven with it. That may have helped a lot. Um, do what we wanted it to do. So maybe next time we'll just make sure we add moisture. I forgot to didn't have chat up. Sorry. Come on. Let's peel this. Wonder if it would have been easier to peel when it was hot, but too late now. All right, there's one done. Trying to get this other one done. Hopefully it's a little easier. Nope, it is not. This is awful. This is honestly terrible. Might be a failure on the plantains, but they weren't very ripe. So they had that kind of going against them. This one's even harder to peel than the other one. Really hoping that maybe that one was a dud, but man, they both suck. All right. Wonder at this point it's easier just to slice it and then just cut around. I have no idea. I honestly This one might be a complete bust. Like I'm cutting a chunk of the plantain off, but at least it's getting off the skin. Yeah, I think this might be the way to go here. It's not perfect, but it's certainly better than what it was. All right, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go grab that chicken before it starts raining. Be right back. Never. Oh, you've never cooked plantains? They're really good. They're kind of like bananas. They're a little starchier. Um, be right back. I'll explain in a second. All right, beat the rain with the chicken. Gonna bring this all the way down to 170. Oh, goes in there. All right. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick. Yeah, so plantains. Sorry for leaving in the middle of explaining that. Yeah, they're just kind of like bananas. They're less sweet, but they have kind of like a. They're just starchier, I guess. So they just have kind of that sort of milder flavor. They're not as but yeah, I don't know. You still get kind of a slight banana flavor, but not too much. It's hard to explain. Like when they're caramelized, they taste a lot more like bananas. But they're starchier. Like I don't know if you ever had yuca, but it's kind of like an in between of a banana and yuca for me. Some if some person who knows how to cook might hear me say that and call me an absolute moron, but I'd say that it works as an explanation. Yeah, I can salvage some of these pieces a little bit more. All right. Well, I'm getting them into the squares I wanted, so that. This is gonna be so interesting. These might not turn out the way I wanted. All right. I don't know if I need to toss these in anything or not. My wife is home. I didn't see her, but I was probably working the grill at the time. Ooh, shoot. So the yeah. All right, I'm just gonna add some water. The jerk chicken sauce really thickened up, so that might be too much water. Sorry. I've got a good sauce, and we'll lower the temperature down. And it's a weird sauce. I'm gonna use a new spatula since it's kind of cleaner. Ooh, got my hands are starchy from the plantains, man. I really am almost gonna give up on these plantains, but we're gonna try. We're gonna give it this college try. And if they taste like garbage, then give the college try. Yeah, you can find plantains at pretty much any grocery store you go to. At least where I am, you can. I guess it could be different. Oh, they've also been oxidizing. That's what's happening here. Now my wife is home. That's good to know. Um, all right, all right, all right. What's the rest of that recipe say? It's not telling me to put them in a sauce. Usually I would, but I'm honestly running out of patience. So we're gonna get this pan hot. Um, I have a bit of maple syrup. We can toss them in a bit of maple syrup. Um, good. We're frying them with differently than it's calling for, but you know what? I don't. We'll add some salt in there too. Maple syrup. Did we go through it? Maple syrup. Exciting. That's good. Is it though? There we go. Maybe about tablespoon, maybe tablespoon and a half. One second. Be right back. Alrighty, sorry, I'm back. She's nervous. That's if she wanted to say hi, but she's nervous. That's okay. You are under no obligation. The plantains might be a bust. They were not very ripe. So I tried ripening them in the oven as suggested. And yeah, they might be a bust, but we'll see. I'm trying to salvage them. No, I think if I had put maybe some moisture in there, that might help, but it does not work to ripen them the way you want it to. But yeah, maybe some moisture in there would work, but add a tiny bit of lime juice in there. All right, there we go. Now we got a nice little sweet plantain mixture, and once this gets hot, we can throw it into the skillet. I'm gonna wash my hands because it's covered in starch. All right, let's check the rice. It didn't seem burnt. Time. That's nice. We got about 5 minutes on that timer. Ah, oh, that Scotch bonnet is busted. that jalapeno. Oh God. Oh, this might be spicy. We're gonna get rid of that. That's okay. Spicy isn't bad. Let's, I guess, give it a quick taste. Um, wow, it's good. It's spicy, salt, and I think it needs more steam. I feel bad. Maybe I shouldn't be lifting this off of it. Properly steam and then fluffing it. So I think I need to add a bit of water to it just to help add some of that steam back in. And it may need to go for a few extra minutes. We'll see. But it didn't burn this time, which is beautiful. The rice is slightly undercooked right now, but okay, let's see. We're getting this hot. Make it to get hotter faster. Ended up grabbing it. We can probably just turn this off and let that sauce sit there. It's thickening nicely. It tastes good. There's a lot of allspice in there. I think I might have been right about too much allspice, but if you want more of the sauce, it's there. It's good. It's got a nice heat to it. I'm gonna try to spoon out some of this. Shoot, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? No, stop it. Let it steam. Let it steam, Drew. Ugh. Okay. Once again, we're back in the home stretch of it, team, and I just gotta tell you, I can't thank you enough for being here. Dreadlock, it's always wonderful hanging out with you. Um, I think we're on the path to just to really really fly it high with this, and yeah, don't worry, I'm not in a stream just yet, but I just want to say thank you so much for being here, and for anyone else who joined, Mason, thank you for joining early. Um, but yeah, I just want to thank everyone for coming by. It's been so much fun. I really enjoyed cooking, and it's been fun to share it with other people and kind of go through my process along with them and show them how I do it and show them that like, hey, like you can try cooking and just remember to like be prepared when you start. Will help you feel a lot less stressed about everything going on and handling multiple different components at once. And remember to enjoy it. And like, if you mess up, it's okay. Like, you can learn from it and you can become a better cook because of it. And yeah, it's just it's such a fun thing to do. Um, and I'm an immensely better cook than I was a year ago. So I think it's a testament that the fact that if you just pay attention to what you're doing and you get some books, Salt, Fat, Acid, Heat, the Food Lab, or just any recipe book that interests you, just pick it up, pick some recipes, and pay attention to what you're doing and why you're doing it. And if you don't know, then look it up. I think that's a great testament. This is all wonky. It's a great testament to how much you can learn just with watching like Joshua Weissman, Mythical Kitchen, Internet Shaquille, Ethan Klabowski, I think his name is. All these people, they have a lot of great content and they teach you a lot. So you can really learn a lot by watching these people. And I hope to eventually be one of those people. At least you can learn what not to do by watching me fail doing whatever I'm doing. So, Might turn this up a bit because I want this rice to really steam for me. I was just so worried about it burning. I really should have left it, because now the rice is a little underdone. But I think we'll be okay. I really think we'll be okay. It's gonna steam a little longer, and yeah, we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be good. We're gonna be good. Oh, man, waiting for this thing to heat up is just agonizing. Oh, we're there. Timer is done, so the rice is where it should have been. All right, we can add our oil here now. Raise you guys up. Move this bowl out of the way. You guys right here. Oh, that's just beautiful. Okay, we can get the oil in here now. Get a nice solid layer bottom. We don't need a ridiculous amount because we're just shallow frying. We're not deep frying. No, maybe a little more. But we're looking for the shimmering, which is what I'm seeing there. We can go ahead, start. We can add, let's add one and test it. Oh yeah, we got it going. Okay. I was not very consistent with how thick some of these are. I need to turn this down a bit. That's popping. I can probably do this in 2 batches, which is really nice. Alright, that's probably good for now. Let these fry a little. Check those in a minute or two. I'm gonna give this another minute before I check it again. Weirdly enough, the rice is looking more done than it did, so that's good. I don't know if that's something you should be able to tell. Man, I forgot to turn the TV off this whole time. Lazy. Just lazy. Just a lazy dreadlock. One sec. Okay, some of the jerk stuff. Not bad, right? Taste anything like Red Stripe? I just know you had jerk chicken when we were there. That's fine. That's good. Good. Beautiful. This is exactly what I want. Well, all right, the rice is kind of starting to cook at the bottom. We're definitely losing all this moisture we had in here, but we're at a success to where it is not burnt. And the rice is actually cooked. I guess you could maybe consider it slightly underdone. Let me get a second opinion. Slightly under. Okay. Do you think I should try adding more water? I mean, plenty, but okay. I'll do a bit more water. See if we can get it to steam a bit more. We're getting some golden color on the plantains. They might not be entirely a lost cause here. I was trying to go for like caramelizing them, but I don't know. Might be better just to fry them and they have like a bit of a sweetness to them. Yeah, some of them getting a nice color. Like, can't complain. I guess what we can do is we can try the chicken. So let's get this out of the oven. I just really just get a plate ready. Give it all a try. We're almost there. Cue the Disney music. Oh, when I've been standing for so long, I start walking like my grandfather. Just like the bottom part of my spine is just kind of like fused together. And just, yeah, like that. Sorry, Grandpa. I don't think he's watching this. If he is, you know, I'm surprised. Thank you for watching. I would put a lot of money right now that he is not watching this. Dread, like, are you my grandfather? Have you been my grandfather this whole time, supporting me? And I'm just trashing you. Just sitting here, just like wearing like a cap with my name on it, like, yeah, and then just like, oh, no, he's being mean to me. I can tell I'm tired because I'm starting to kind of space out. All right, we can get a little. Even the burnt part tastes good. That's a good sign. Look at that. Not too many dishes. At least not too much that like I'm definitely gonna be able to do the dishes right after we eat. And it won't feel like too much, so that's just great. Um, really crunchy, but it doesn't taste bad. Kind of tastes like our plantain chips. Yeah, Harold, don't break your tooth. That was a really small piece, though. So, all right, I think we can probably pull this batch off. Times it 8:04. Okay, that's pretty close. We're probably about another 10-15 minutes, but Ooh. Whoop. That could have been bad. That could have been a very big ouchie. I got very lucky there. One at a time. One at a time. And there we go. There's that. There. That. And try a less like thin piece. Ooh. Okay. Edible. Not exactly what I was looking for. But edible. I think maybe they needed to be thicker. Because like on the cusp of being like really crisp. And then also kind of soft. So it's not like the best texture. Not horrible. But the really small ones are great. So I either should have kept it like really thin. Or really like thicker. So that, I don't know. I feel like the last time I did this, they were definitely riper, so these are not ripe. Which I guess if you want to make plantain chips, maybe use less ripe plantains, and you can make crispy chips. They're crispy. They're good. Very beautiful. Very demure. All right. Oh, we're starting to get burnt. No. No, you stop burning on the bottom there. It's not like burnt. It's just toasted, which is fine. We don't mind toasted. We're going to turn this off now. And now that rice is cooked to perfection. But we need to salt it. We need to season it. It needs salt. Maybe a little lime juice. Bring you guys back over here. We're not ready for the final bout just yet. Ugh. It makes so much rice. This one batch makes so much rice. But, you know, it's good rice. And I know that my wife will not complain. Okay. Maybe just a pinch more. Mix it around. Bring it around town. Too bad I'm kind of mushing the rice together. Add a little bit of lime juice. Get a little acid in there. Fork will be a little gentler. Fluff the rice instead of just smashing it into mush. It's fine. It's just us eating it, but serving this, it'd be nice to keep it fluffy. Oh, it's hot. Okay. I'm gonna let it be. It could maybe use a little more seasonings, but like it doesn't need it like so bad. Ooh, that went down the wrong pipe. It's kind of stuck in my. Ooh, that does not feel good. All right, there we go. And it went down. We're good now. What I'm gonna do. A little late on this side, but I have some smoked salt we can kind of sprinkle on top of our plantain here. I don't know what it is, why I'm so bad at making rice, but like it looked beautiful, and now it's mush. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what happened here. I don't know what I should have done differently. I forgot to remove the stems of the thyme, so we'll be picking that out ourselves because it's nice and mixed in there. I mean, I guess it's the constant stirring of it that has made it mushy. I'm just trying to season it a bit more. I guess we can just season in our bowls and leave. I mean, it's mush already, so it doesn't really matter. It went from long grain to very short grain rice very quickly. There's a stem. Goodbye, stem. Okay, we're leaving it. We're not messing with it anymore. It's good. Good where it's at. I'm gonna go ahead and start making a bowl. I'm gonna give it a try. Turn off the oven there. Get a nice empty serving of rice. We're going to decorate there. We've got I'm just trying to get this a bit more of a sauce again. A little more. Add a little moisture. There we go. Just gonna. I would have been smarter to lay this in here first. That's okay. All right. That's going to be my mediocre plating there. It's not great. It's not horrible. It's pretty bad. It's not great, but let's give it a try. Make sure it's done before I take a big bite. Oh yeah. Chicken's good. You already saw me taste the rice. It's good with the rice. And then of course my ham, it's a solid bit of sweetness at the end. That's good. I'm very happy with that. I might have burned the last batch of the plantain. No, it's fine. It's totally fine. It's just a little toasted. It's just fried real good. That's good. The chicken's got some good flavor. I think, I don't know. I feel like I'm used to jerk chicken having a little bit of sweetness in it, so I kind of miss that a little bit. But not like so much that I'm like really needing it. It's not as spicy as I thought it would be. We can sprinkle our little smoky salt on the rest of the plantains here. There we go. Very demure. Very refined. But I think that's gonna about do it for me. This one's for you guys. Enjoy. And thank you guys so much for joining today. I couldn't have had a better time hanging out with you guys. And luckily this one turned out, goodness, way better, way better than the carnitas. We're actually going to be able to eat it. I'm not going to have to go get pizza or something. So that's fantastic. My fingers are covered in stuff. But thank you so much. If you're watching, I'm going to be cooking pretty much every single week live. Cooking something. Not entirely sure what I'm doing next week, but I will certainly tweet about it once I know. Feel free to follow me on Twitter. I believe it's just at Professor Who YT or on X or something like that. You'll see a picture of me just, I don't know, going thumbs up or something. I can't remember what I'm doing in the picture. But I think all in all, like, great success. Very good, very nice, great success. The grilling went great. We avoided the thunderstorm that is about to hit us, so that's great. Hopefully the grill can cool off, and I can maybe throw the cover back on before it really starts going down. But thank you so much for joining. Love you guys. I hope you learned something. I certainly did. I don't know what I'm pointing at, but I certainly did. I'll see you next time. Class dismissed. Hats off to you. Look at my hat hair. Isn't that ridiculous? All right, bye.